For most of this body's life, I lived swinging between desire and fear. All actions spring from these feared to reinforce my belief in myself as a separate entity until a number of occurrences challenged and shocked the brittle self-belief, and the difference between experience and belief became painfully, beautifully clear. Now, in your experience, is stabilization in the true self a gradual process? I witness how this experience being spills onto my outlook, relationships, actions and activities, and then the pendulum seems to swing back and separate self tendencies apparently return again, only to be seen without resistance, and so they vanish. Is this a stage? Does the pendulum eventually stop swinging? So there's different things that happen. So there is different stages and different paths for everyone in the apparent dream. So ultimately, the true realization, the big realization, doesn't belong to the person, so it can't come and go. But what does come and go is that realization in the personal world, and that's an endless process. So that realization in the personal world unfolding. So the ultimate realization cannot come and go. I keep looking at the wrong camera. Cannot come and go. It's impossible. But the unfolding of that person seems to go through time. And there's different stages to that unfolding. There's staging where it pulsates, where you are identified and unidentified, and that pulsates. And then there is the time where that realization is very clear, and it just takes time for the body to catch up to that realization, but it's always going to have more and more to catch up to, because there's always going to be habits and conditions and ways of seeing things in that body-mind mechanism. So the body-mind mechanism is always going to have a particular perspective, so there's always opportunity to see that's not the way it actually is. But that dynamic, that belief system, no longer has the energy or the pull in it, that you will find freedom in that belief system. So you will find freedom in getting something, in removing something, in changing something. So you might see that it's a habit that belongs to this body, but you also see really clearly that, and it's not even you're seeing anymore, but it's just totally clear that freedom doesn't come from anything in time. Freedom is this stillness. But on the human level, it's endless, because that realization in habits and the conditioning can always go deeper. So in the human world, so the effects that you see from that realization in the human world never end, can't end until that body dies. What gets confusing though, and what can be confusing, is belief systems around anger means I'm identified again, that I shouldn't be angry. And so then you need to explore that anger, and anger means I'm identified, or sadness means I'm identified. So explore that feeling and see that that's not true. There is only ever stillness everywhere. There is only ever that boundlessness. The other thing that can happen is that when you have that opening, it comes with bliss. So, we're talking about, so see that there is no identification in that. There's old habits that can play out where you get angry, or you get involved in a particular dynamic with someone, But still there is no identification there. The freedom is in every sensation, in every feeling. And really go into that and investigate that. Because that's a huge mind block that the mind gets into, that it's in a particular experience. It's not in having conditioning anymore. It's not in, it's only in feeling bliss. It's only in feeling happy. So when those thoughts come up and those doubts come up, see everything as an investigation. And who cares about end? End and beginning, who cares? This is it. This is it. Who cares about being there or not? Only someone cares about being there or not. So explore that. Where does that feeling come from? How does that feel? How does that view the reality? And then there is that presence, no matter what thought arises, no matter what this body produces. But don't get it mixed up, believing that the human becomes enlightened. You will never be fully enlightened as a human. It's impossible. The human changes. The human is always evolving and changing, getting new conditioning, different conditioning. But there's something beyond that that's free in everything. Thank you so much. Your response is reassuring and very appreciated. Good.